and gentlemen, Jez Borgonzo. What's next? It is like the Jelly of the Month Club. The gift that keeps on giving. In our latest segment of The Joys of Reid, Joy Reid is not happy that Bruce, formerly Caitlyn, artist formerly known as Bruce, has decided to speak facts when it comes to men and women competing in sports. No, sir. She's not happy at all. The comedy. Let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Joy Reid on Jenner and trans sports. She's a Republican, and GOP is about forcing the other to exist in their shadow. Let's take a look at this wonderful beam footage, and we'll let you decide.
The Republican Party looks a lot different than it did just 12 years ago. But one distinct feature remains, that seething, foaming at the mouth conservative rage led by a nascent Tea Party movement enraged over health care and by health care. And by health care, I mean a black president.
Oh, of course. Yes, of course. Yes, you know, because you couldn't disagree with a black president based off solely off of policy. You have to go after him because he's black.
And of a future where white, cis, straight Christian men are not the masters of the universe. And that conservative outrage machine, you see it churning every day on the House floor or in commentaries by Tuckums and his friends at Fox News. Because keeping their base
Tucker only spits out facts.
Far more
Sorry, Joy.
Than actually governing, even if the boogeyman is literally a child. Enter their latest fixation, trans youth, who are threatening to take over fourth grade volleyball with a vengeance. And by that, I mean they're not. It's a make-believe crisis. The Republicans' favorite kind. But instead of red meat or plastic potatoes, this war has real consequences. Transgender girls who already feel unsafe in schools are now facing an onslaught of state legislation targeting them from participating in sports.
And rightly so, because they're not girls, they're boys. Sorry.
Caitlyn Jenner sums it up.
This is a question of fairness. That's why I oppose biological boys who are trans competing in girl sports in school. It just
it's hideous.
Isn't fair.
Bruce.
And we have to protect girl sports in our school.
But if someone transitions and now identifies as a girl, isn't it delegitimizing their identity to prevent
Have a good
them?
day.
Well, have
nice.
A good day. Okay, of course, Caitlyn Jenner, the Republican candidate for California governor who wants to lead that state, does not speak for the trans community. But she is a longtime Republican who's also a vehement Trump supporter. And we know the Republican MO all too well. We know that they don't actually care about fairness in girl sports, just like they don't actually care about unborn fetuses, because if they did care, they would also care about kids locked in cages. And that America's babies.
You mean the same kids who were locked in cages during the Obama years? Oh, those kids locked in cages.
Marriage equality. It's what we're seeing in this war against trans kids. It's about forcing the other to exist in their shadow so that they can continue living in a country where their status is protected against all else.
All right. As we continue the nonsensical, okay, my thoughts. The fact of the matter is that Joy Reid is, like I said, is the gift that keeps on giving. The stupidity, the racist garbage that continues to spew out of her mouth. I just love Tucker's lovely name for her, the race lady. She is that and much more. The fact of the matter is that of all people to have on your side regarding the truth that there is a significant, and I mean chasm-like difference between boys and girls when they compete in sports, to have someone like the former Bruce Jenner on your side says a lot. Being that the former Bruce Jenner was a 1976 Olympic decathlon gold medalist. Facts. The fact is that the former Bruce Jenner knows about competing in sports from high school through college through his competitive days as an Olympic athlete. The former Bruce Jenner knows these things. Just because he decided to become the former Bruce Jenner doesn't mean that his memories have gone away in regards to what he has done. Now, I said in a post, Bruce may not be based on what biology is, but he is based when it comes to men and women competing in sports and the disadvantages that a woman has when a man competes in their world. So, the former Bruce Jenner, I tip my hat to you, because on this, you are based. And with that being said, and I'm sure we'll get more from the joys of Reid. Want to see more videos just like this? Please leave a comment below, like it, share it, subscribe it, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And we'll see you next time. Peace.